You are listening to the Daily Gospel Reflections with Sister Cloth. This podcast is brought to you by the Paulines Multimedia. It is our mission to bring the Word of God to all peoples through sounds and images, voices, and music. Come and join us as we share with you a thought a day.
Our reading for today is lifted from St. Mark's account, chapter 6, verses 53 to 56. After making the crossing to the other side of the sea, Jesus and his disciples came to land at Gennesaret and tied up there. As they were leaving the boat, people immediately recognized him. They scurried about the surrounding country and began to bring in the sick on mats to wherever they heard he was. Whatever villages or towns or countryside he entered, they laid the sick in the marketplaces and begged him that they might touch only the tassel on his cloak, and as many as touched it were healed. Welcome back to our daily reflections. Listening to the reading, we can imagine scores of people following Jesus wherever he went. Frantic people who were restless and impatient as they waited for their turn to be cured of their illnesses. We imagine people who may not be interested in listening to what Jesus might teach them, but they are simply there to ask Jesus to use his power for their benefit. Yes, of course, to be healed of their various ailments. One question crops up after getting what they wanted and receiving the favors granted to them by Jesus. How many of them ever said thank you to Jesus? But did Jesus expect a thank you in the first place? He probably did not even count on that at all. All Jesus wanted, I suppose, was to be able to reach out to as many as he could minister, regardless of their intention to use him for personal gain. He did not seem to resent that they went to see him because they needed something from him, no more, no less. I've asked you this question before, but let me repeat. Have any of you experienced a similar plight with people you thought were befriending you, but only to know that they were just good to you simply because they needed something from you? How did you take that? Now that you understand their motive, how would you deal with them? Would you still accommodate future requests again? You won't do that, will you? But of course, I'm not saying that we should condone lousy behavior or allow people to abuse us. But when these exploitative people need service, it is always better to do it out of charity and mercy and do only what is within our capacity. After all, God knows how to reward every good act that we do. Jesus himself did it and invited us to do the same.
Be with us again tomorrow as we share with you a thought a day. Meanwhile, you can follow us and listen to other Apple and Google podcasts on Spotify, produced by Paulines Multimedia. Have a good day.